Hello and welcome back to United Fan Viewers channel. Please make sure that you like the video on the way in. Make sure that you subscribe and make sure you turn on the notification bell as I'm trying to grow my channel. We will be I will be updating you on the news surrounding the Manchester United sale and also the latest news around Manchester United, including stories on Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Manuel Ugarte, Kobe Mainu, and Saka Kone. Now, you will know that there's a story going around with regards to the sale of Manchester United, which was kicked off by the Turk Al Sheikh tweet stating the happiest news I heard today is Manchester United now is in the advanced stage of finalizing a deal to sell to a new investor. I hope that they are better than the previous owner. Now, Turk Al Sheikh is a boxing supremo, the Minister of Sport for Saudi Arabia, and a prince. So he is well connected in terms of sports within the Saudi slash Middle East. So he is quite well informed, but of course there was the story of him putting out a Instagram picture of Mo Salah with a Al Hilal shirt, which didn't go through, and he signed with Liverpool to stay on at Liverpool. He signed a new deal, so that wasn't completely true in that case, but in this case the Glazers still have yet to deny the story that Manchester United could be in the sale of making possible sale to a UAE consortium, as mentioned in my last video. If you are a new viewer, you should check the previous video regarding a possible 5.2 billion to 5 billion sale. And in some cases, there has been mention of a number around 5.7 billion. Now, Chris Wheeler at the Athletic also states that they have not yet heard any denial from the Glazers with regard to a possible sale and the possibility of the Glazers wanting to sell before January or mid 2027. Sorry, not 2020, 2027. Um, I will also be updating you around a story regarding Marcus Rashford. Barcelona have been wanting to pay the 26 million or so that was included in the loan with an obligation to buy deal around around Marcus Rashford with Manchester United. He has been performing well over there, and they are very much interested in buying him if he continues with the performance he has been putting in. He scored extremely beautiful goals against Newcastle and in their last match, even though Barcelona lost 4-1, he did score an absolutely beautiful subliminal goal. And you must take into account that there were a number of opportunities where he ran into space and he could have scored if the Barcelona players had passed that ball through to him to finish off for more goals. He could have easily gotten a hat trick. Looking back at the game myself, um, I believe that Marcus Rashford, when he has a point to prove, when he is feeling confident, when it is his day, he can perform with the best of them. He's extremely talented. He's still 27 years old only. He's got a long way to go in terms of becoming the best person or the best player that he can become. He is extremely motivated. He has a point to prove, being at Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, of course, and he will be wanting to prove his doubt is wrong with those regarding him a failure at Manchester United. I myself personally never felt that way about him. I felt that he just needed more a consistent squad and a more consistent manager in order to get the best out of him. I believe that Marcus Rashford on his day could perform better than most players. Of course, there was the season where he scored over 30 goals in one season. Another season, he scored over 22 goals. So he does have it in his locker to perform consistently when he wants to. And when things in his environment, whether at home or on the pitch, are both great. Now, there will be another story regarding Bruno Fernandes. He has been mentioned as a there's a story stating around him being linked with a Saudi move. Now, he still is denying that. He states that he is committed to Manchester United, and he is stating that he wants to be here for the end of the season. He's not decided. He's decided he's not going in January. There was, of course, a story in the summer with Al Nassr wanting him, and also Al Hilal also wanting him, and he has decided against both of those decisions. Also, there's the story regarding Luke Shaw. Now, some of you will see this here. Um, Here we go. Luke Shaw. He has started all 7 games for Manchester United this season. He has got no goals, he's got no assists, and he has no yellow cards. Now, with regards to Luke Shaw, I believe he will be coming out of contention in terms of his playing minutes in the next couple of months, where there is possibility of a further injury or Lissandro Martinez coming back into the team, who we all believe will have a more effective role within the team, as he is more likely to carry the ball up and also more able to put in a better cross at the moment. As you can see, Luke Shaw has no assist this season. He has played all 7 games, and I personally don't feel that he fits within this team at the moment. He's getting somewhat older. He's no longer able to. He doesn't pass the ball to any of the attackers in terms of whether it's to um, Brian Mbemo or Matthias Cunha, where you can count on Lissandro Martinez putting a good ball into a attacking situation, a long ball to either Matthias Cunha, Brian Mbemo, or even Benjamin Sheshko. Now, in terms of that position, I believe we should be concentrating more on the possibility of selling Luke Shaw, as I feel that he has been here for over 10 years. He, of course, was famously stated by Jose Mourinho that he would need his head and the brain of Jose Mourinho and the legs of Luke Shaw to play in order for Luke Shaw to be effective within the team. Stated he was standing at the edge of the technical area, walking up and down the touchline, shouting at Luke Shaw, telling him where to be positioned. Of course, that was some time ago, and he did perform well between 2018 and 2020. But I feel that between the long-term injuries and the fact that he is somewhat unfit naturally, as someone who has had issues with weight loss, or rather weight gain issues while playing at Manchester United, I believe it's time for him to go. But we need someone that's going to be more confident, whether it's putting Lenny Euro here, or putting Lissandro Martinez or Aiden Heaven even. We need to let Luke Shaw go, in my opinion. As a Manchester United fan who has been watching him for over 10 years, there was his moments between 2018 and 2020, possibly even close to 2021, where he was performing well, but he has completely fallen off in that regard, and I believe it's time for him to go. Now, the story regarding Casemiro is that he has played for Brazil, and they won by quite a large margin while he was playing there. And there was the clip going around of a younger Brazilian player trying to advise him and stating there was some reels stating that he decided not to listen. He felt disrespected and he has more experience. Now, with regards to Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, United will need to decide how to move them on within the next 2 years. Within the next year, with regards to Casemiro, and within the next 2 years, with regard to Bruno Fernandes. Now, we should be looking to have Carlos Baleba coming in January, as Amarin has been given the green light to make around a 60 million transfer for a midfielder. Carlos Baleba would be coming here, and I believe we should be having Kobe Mainu here. Kobe Mainu has an extremely good talent in terms of ball carrying. He has good shooting accuracy. He has good technical ability in terms of holding the ball within technically tight spaces where players are pressing. And Manchester United are trying to break the press from a high pressing team. I believe that he can carry the ball well, pass it to either Mbermo, Konya, or Benjamin Sheshko, or even to Ahmad in some situation when Ahmad comes up here. And I believe we should be using this position with Masrawi and Ahmad, depending on the team that we are playing. When we are playing, say, for example, against Liverpool, we should start with Nuno Masrawi first and then put in Ahmad after, say, 15 minutes or so to tire out their left back and their left winger, depending on who's playing on that side, whether it's Hugo Ekatike or whether it's Witsa, who they have bought recently. Now, in terms of when we come up against Liverpool, we need to make sure that Lenny Euro, Lenny Euro, Matthias De Ligt are both fully fit and capable and ready to go, because coming up against Isaac will be a challenge for any Premier League defense. We need to make sure that we are taking the necessary precaution of making sure we out header him. We make sure we don't give him too many chances, as he can turn with the ball, he can run with the ball, and he can shoot from distance, or he has the technical ability to turn his body to make the necessary adjustments on his feet to take the shot. So we will be needing we will be needing Matthias De Ligt to be on his game against Liverpool for us to have a chance at winning. Now, in terms of the goalkeeper, I would go with Sonny Lamons again, as he showed on a number of occasions that he could collect the ball from corners, that he could collect the ball also from normal crosses, and he is able to save on his feet, and he's able to make the necessary dives in order to stop the goal from going in, and he will be able to kick the ball to Benjamin Shishko when being pressed high by Mo Salah, by Hugo Ekatike, or by Isaac himself. These players are all extremely technically gifted, so we will need our players to be on their game in order for us to win this game. I believe that by winning this game, we can give Liverpool their fourth loss in a row. They've already lost 3 games in a row. They are lacking in confidence to some extent. So therefore, we need to take advantage of this situation. Of course, I do understand that the they will be playing at Anfield, and it will always be a task to win at Anfield, especially for Manchester United, as their main rivals within the Premier League, with both 20 Premier League titles. We need to do everything we can to make sure that they don't win that 21st title before we have a chance to build up our squad in the summer to in order to challenge for the Premier League within the next 2 years. We need to do all we can to ensure that they lose this game and possibly have a good impact enough, a psychological impact in order to bother them for the next couple of games, so that our their season is somewhat ruined to until the next international break. So if they lose 4 games in a row and possibly get another draw after that, we could be impacting their season and their ability to um win the Premier League quite easily, like last season. They were quite far ahead of us in terms of us finishing 15th and then winning the league, of course. And they were somewhat ahead of Arsenal in the end. So, in order to help either Arsenal or Man City possibly catch up this season, we need to make sure we do our part necessarily in order to stop them winning that final cup and overtaking us in the Premier League standing. Now, in terms of ourselves, we need to make sure that our players like Ahmad, Matthias Delect, Lenny Euro, Patrick Dogo, Lissandro, sorry, not Lissandro, Brian Mbermo, Matthias Cunha, Bruno, Casemiro, and Benjamin Shishko do their jobs. We will need Cunha, Mbermo, and Shishko to be doing high press. We need Bruno to be collecting the ball, passing it around. We do need Casemiro to perform well within the first half. After 50 minutes, personally, I would yank him off and put in I would put in Kobe Menu in order to stabilize the game, to collect the balls, to uh, hold off the pressure if we are winning at that moment, to make sure that when we collect the ball back, with regards to headers from Matthias De Ligt and Lenny Euro, or even Harry Maguire if he comes on after 70 minutes. We need to make sure that we have Kobe Mainu collecting this ball here when it drops into here, and then also just simply either carrying the ball up to either Matthias Cunha or Brian Mbemo, to Ahmad in some cases if he stays here, and then Ahmad comes up here to create counter attack situations. We need to make sure that Kobe Mainu is on the field after 70 minutes or after 50 minutes, in my opinion, where we can take advantage of Liverpool tired legs to some extent, and we need Matthias Cunha or Mason Mount here to be performing really well on this game. Personally, I wouldn't mind if it was Mason Mount because he has been performing well in terms of high press scoring, and also he does come down here to the midfielders and help protect the midfield when we are being attacked ourselves. He does come back and track back, whereas Matthias Cunha doesn't do that so much. So therefore, I believe we need him to um, be in the team at some point, whether it's starting off in the second half or after 70 minutes. Again, that will be all for today's video. Please make sure that you like, leave a comment, turn on the notification bell, and please make sure you subscribe as I'm trying to grow my channel and I will be needing all the support that I can get from you. Thank you for your time, thank you for watching my channel, and thank you for supporting my content.